So have you guys had
I'm not going to do
time
it.
for examples?
Yes.
Okay, so first what would the label I want for this one undoing?
F inverse X.
Inverse X.
Okay, so I want the undoing for 2x plus 1,
I got that part down.
and it should
Pretty
be
well.
X
X
minus
over 2 in
1.
parentheses.
X minus 1.
No,
X,
X minus
X minus 1 over 2.
Oh, that's different, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, where did they get that, and how did they know that I should do x minus 1 over 2 and not x over 2 minus 1?
Start with the last thing you did.
Yeah, so I would recommend personally towards the bubbles, but you know, do what you gotta do. So the first thing I do to an x is I multiply it by 2. Then the last thing I do to an x is add 1. So this is f through here, right? It does 2x and then adds 1. So if I'm undoing that, remember this is like driving the car out of the garage, right? This being open the garage door. Wait,
Back the car.
Yeah.
maybe this doesn't work for garages. Does this not work? Okay, forget it. What do I have to undo first?
Minus the 1.
I forgot to close the garage door after I drove the car into it. That's the problem. The garage door is a 3-step problem. We'll do it at the end. So I need to subtract 1 first, and then what?
And then the
Divide by 2. Should you do the garage door quick now?
Sure.
So you start with an x, you subtract 1, divide by 2. Let's talk about the garage door. So you have a car,
That's almost a truck.
really poor drawing of a car, right?
It's a truck.
Whatever.
That's a Tetris.
Yeah, it's a Tetris.
And a garage.
Sure.
Make your garage doors weak.
I know.
You've hit it a couple times now.
Yeah, I've hit it a couple of times. So the first thing I do is open door, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then the next thing I do is
Drive.
Drive forward.
drive inside.
Oh, okay, going in.
See, how do you like that?
Mary Poppins purse. Garage.
So drive in, and then what do you do? Close the door. That's where my problem was with my earlier example.
I like how instead of the car moving, the whole garage.
The car's more complicated to draw. So when you back the car out, right, what do you need to do?
Open the door. Get
Yeah,
on
so I
the
need
floor.
to
Open the door.
Get on the floor.
open the door. Right? This one went that way. This one's going this way.
Drive out.
Drive out. Or back
Yeah.
out.
So there's my door open. Now I drive out.
And close the door.
And then what do we need to do finally?
Close the door.
Close the door. So what we're doing on these, right, on all of these function inverses, is we're going to do the opposite operations in the backwards order. So if you read other math textbooks, they'll call this whole thing, right, this developing an inverse function or solving equations, they'll call that procedure inverse reverse. Because you're doing the inverse operations, right, the undoings, in the reverse order. Guys cool with that?
Okay.
So, what are my operations that make up G 3x minus 5?
Multiplication, subtraction.
Yeah, there's a minus 5 and a multiply by 3, right? Which order do they get applied in? What's your first thing you do to an x?
Add, multiply by 3.
Multiply by 3. Then you
Subtract 5.
subtract 5. So when you're doing
the
the
right way.
inverse, right? Which I'm going to call G inverse.
You're gonna
What is it?
Add 5.
I'm going to first add 5
And then divide by 3.
and then divide by 3.
So, just for funsies, what if there was a parentheses around x minus 5? Would it be first divide by 5 and then divide by 3 and add 5?
Okay, let's do that one.
Okay.
So if we had stories G hat of x,
G hat of x.
right, which is just different G,
Yeah.
which is 3 times x minus 5.
So the first thing you would do
Just do is subtract. No.
Yeah, so I'd be
Add
first
5.
thing I do is subtract 5. Then I'm going to
Multiply by 3.
multiply by 3. So to undo that, I should
Divide by 3.
divide by 3 and then add 5.
Boom. Okay.
So G
Hat's -1.
hat inverse of x would be
X over 3 plus 5.
x over 3 plus 5.
Nice.
Is cool that?
Yeah.
All right. How about h? What's h made of?
Before.
Yeah. Okay. So when I put an x in, right? What's the first thing I do to it?
Cube it.
Cube it. Then the next thing I do is
Add 2.
add 2.
Why is there a piece of
You're gonna subtract 2, the inverse.
Why is there a piece of glass?
Don't worry, we'll talk about the flex tomorrow. So I should subtract 2 and then
Uncube?
uncube. What's uncubing?
It's
Cube rooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cube root.
Cube rooting, right?
The bane of my
Yeah.
existence.
So my h inverse of x is
Cube root x plus minus 2.
cube root of x minus 2. Like this?
Yep.
Or do I do the cube root of x and then minus 2?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
Because you got x.
First, and then cube root of x2.
Yeah, I really would advise that you kind of build these backwards. So first you do minus 2, and then you want to cube root all of what you just had. So you do x minus 2, and then you need to cube root the whole thing.
Yes. Grandma? A
Cool?
monster eats grandma.
Questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it really like the reverse